How the Rich Stole Democracy by Rhymes for a Revolution. Every human in Humanville liked justice a lot, but the rich in his crystal-specked wine cave did not. He basked in his glimmering piles of treasure and purchased new trinkets which tripled his pleasure, like mansion expansions and jet planes and yachts. He chilled with the haves and he snubbed the have-nots. Oh, he cherished his richness, and little else mattered, regardless of how many lives remained shattered. No matter how many could not afford meds, or x-rays, or checkups, or hospital beds. He didn't care much if the planet would die. But don't ask how come. No one quite fathoms why. It could be his coins hurt his ears when they jangled. It could be his jewels poked his ribs when they dangled. But we think the reason his morals were seedy was simply his heart was 10 sizes too greedy. Well, the rich had decided he wanted more cash, so he thought up a clever technique in a flash. What a scandalous scheme, the rich giggled with glee. I'll be calling the shots and they won't know it's me. All I need is a president. Rich looked around, but since those were quite scarce, there was none to be found. So the rich stood there, puzzled, and scratched his rich head. Since I can't seem to find one, I'll buy one instead! So he fetched his doll Joe and his other doll Pete. He tied strings to their hands, he tied strings to their feet, and he wrote them fat checks, which made them relax. Then he grinned. There's more coming through 10 super packs. With this dough, don't you know, bro, that you'll be the prez? All it takes is for you to repeat what I says. Like, insurance firms help us, by golly, we need 'em. Providing full care would infringe on our freedom. Like, college for all means the wealthy won't sweat. It's fairer if everyone bears crushing debt. Like, we can't ban all fracking, that's rash and unsound. It isn't that urgent, let's find middle ground. Make sure, said the rich to his new marionettes, to repeat it without any shame or regrets. And stir in a catchphrase that's playful or snarky. 19 times a day, more or less, no malarkey. Now, whenever I pull on your strings, don't forget, let me do the thinking and never you fret. We all want what's best for the world, do we not? The rich slyly laid out his slippery plot. Why, common folk matter the most, he explained. So sit back, leave decisions to me, I'm well trained. And when no one was listening, or at least so he'd thunk, that ruthless rich chuckled, Ha! What a slam dunk! Now what to take first? He inquired with wonder. Social Security, first thing I'll plunder. Medicare, Medicaid, veterans budget. When my puppets sign off on it, no one will judge it. Now, what of these schmoes making car parts and clocks, and pencils and pillows and sofas and socks? Their wages are far too expensive, I fear. We'll make them in China, then ship them back here. There's nothing as sweet, if I'm perfectly frank, as democracy ending with one awful clank. That's a noise, said the rich, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and he put his rich hand to his ear. But the sound that he heard was a huge, surging crowd. It started out soft, then grew ludicrous loud. Impossible numbers, uncountable faces, all genders, religions, all ages, all races. What is that about? Said the rich. What's the fuss? They held up strange banners that read, Not me, us. They ventured with vim and with vigor and verve. We're here to take back all the rights we deserve. Your corruption is over. We're ending your greed. There'll be no more tax breaks, and that's guaranteed. The rich stood agape, till his gaper was sore. I've never seen anything like this before. Could it be when they rise up and everyone joins? Democracy cannot be purchased with coins? And what happened then? Well, in Humanville, they say, democracy made quite the comeback that day. You see, Bernie showed all of us, women and men, how to make sure the rich won't be stealing again. I just do a commercial?
Yes, sir, for Bernie Sanders.
Oh, Bernie Sanders, I like it.